because you experienced something, see it, hear it, felt it, doesn't make it truth.
Chris. Excuse me, I'm getting cold. Or is it just smoky in here? I don't know. Chris, I'm really quite surprised. I thought maybe through your study of hell that you would thought to, kind of see things a little different. But it seems like you have caved. It's disappointing, especially after reading pagan Christianity. I would think that you would see the pagan influences of hell. But what struck me, Chris, is that the compassion you had for those little bugs that you knew nothing about. You know nothing about them. And you could not stand to see those bugs burn and suffer. Little old you had compassion for those bugs. And yet you believe that a loving, compassionate God would send people who have done finite things wrong in perhaps a maximum of 100 years of being on earth, that he would send them to such a fire, such a torture for eternity. How is this so, Chris? I don't know. How could this be? Chris, you have kids. If you knew one of them was going to hell before they were born, and you knew they were going to go to this eternal punishment for hell, would you still have them, Chris? Would you still allow them to be born? If you say no, I can see then your compassion, that you're willing to sacrifice your own limited number of years of pleasure of having children for the eternity of their well-being. If you said yes, how compassionate is that? Isn't it rather sadistic? Selfish? And isn't that really the position you put in God? There's no free will. There's no saying, no, God don't send anybody to hell. People send themselves. It's BS. Because God knows all of eternity, all powerful, beginning to end. And if he does, then he knows who's going to choose, according to your doctrine, who's going to hell. Simple as that. Wouldn't that make him sadistic? Tyranno? As Sarahan has said to you, very harshly, though he's made the point. That's why with any reason or logic or simple compassion of any parent can see that this hell cannot exist, should not exist, because apparently human beings could be more merciful than God then. I don't know why people don't see it. Well, then again, I do know why. I was in the midst of that for 20-something years. But I'm hoping now, as a deist, I could bring some awareness to it now. So, yeah. And another thing. If Christians are the only ones going to heaven and everyone else is going to hell, there you go. You probably got about 75% of the known and past population going to hell for eternity. That's a good track record for your passionate, loving God. And this is why I cannot be of that belief. And you know what it comes down to? That the doctrine of hell, if it's not there, there's nothing to be saved from. And if there's nothing to be saved from, it makes the whole belief system collapse. And that scares many people. Because they want to have and believe in their security blanket, their life insurance, or in this case, their fire insurance. So, instead of, because they're afraid of dying, they don't really live. Take care. Take care, Chris. I hope you are blessed. I am blessed when I remind myself.